What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here, and we are here for the next episode of the Bye Week podcast. We are here with what?
AKA the It'll Come Someday podcast because, you know, it'll come someday.
The It Comes Someday podcast. I love it. Oh, by the way, who we gonna talk about first?
We're going to talk about the NFL games first.
We're gonna talk about the best team in the NCAA. We're gonna talk about them.
Old Dominion?
Are we gonna talk about them, guys?
Old Dominion?
DJ Young. Anyway, keep going.
Fucking cap. Anyway, um, if you want to go there, we can.
Anyway, but no, let's keep talking about the NFL. And you want to talk about Antonio Brown?
Yeah, we'll talk about that after. Starting with Thursday Night Football, we got to talk about some Tua. Talk about some Tua, bro.
R.I.P. and peace.
What's going on there?
Miami needs to be fired. A bunch of people in Miami need to be fired.
They fired the doctor that did his evaluation.
And anybody that knew he was hurt and put him on the field anywhere needs to be fired. That's my thought.
Then again, if he's cleared concussion protocol by a doctor, I mean, it's not there, and they gotta trust the evaluation.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying, but
What?
you should know, especially as a former, like some of the players should have stepped up and said that they didn't think Tua should play, because you have to know that he didn't look all right.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
I mean, the rest of that game in Buffalo a couple weeks ago was pretty sloppy. So, I mean, after he got off and then came back, he wasn't playing like Tua.
No, not at all. Not at all.
That should have been an indication to take him out for Teddy Bridgewater.
But
And then comes this week, he gets hit again, and this time almost gets paralyzed.
yes, he.
All right. Anyway, Tua basically almost got paralyzed. He was flexing his fingers, and he couldn't move them until another trainer came out on the field and moved it for him. Got taken out on a stretcher into the hospital. He finally was able to move all of his body, his extremities, and was able to go home with the team. So again, I'm very lucky for him. And the doctor for the Dolphins who evaluated Tua in Buffalo got fired. So
Yeah.
now that
Yeah.
some shit could still happen to him, Tua could sue. The Dolphins could sue. Again, Tua's too nice of a guy to sue. I don't know if he will sue. Probably won't because um,
I
Tua's
don't.
just a nice guy. Probably won't. Then again, the Dolphins could sue though for literally almost murdering someone. That's that that's a pretty bad
That is a.
injury.
That's a. I. Some people had said, um, one of the heads of the concussion protocol had said, that if he had played the game he got hurt again, if he had played that game, that it was a huge step back for
Miami.
yeah, for Miami as like a, and the NFL entirely as like be pro concussion and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then him getting hurt on primetime TV, it hurts the future of the NFL. Like Ryan Clark, he's I think everybody watching, yeah, I think everybody watching this knows who Ryan Clark is. Ryan Clark said that it hurts the future of the NFL, especially for that to be on primetime, because that's when the
Mm-hmm.
most people are watching the game. And like, say a mom sees that, and then their kid wants to play football, and then their mom sees that, and they're like, no. So it hurts the future of the league.
100%. Yeah. I think you definitely got to take into account the future. The NFL. I mean, the NFL themselves. That's a huge L for them. But I mean, they're changing concussion protocol now, so hopefully that you know fixes things. And
What I'm hoping doesn't happen though, and this is something I feel like might come out of this. Guys that don't need to wait so long for concussion protocol end up having to wait longer than they would have to. Because
yeah,
I feel like is what's going to come out of this as well.
yeah, true. Like it was a fun game to watch. Then I seen that, and that just made me kind of want to turn it off because
Like
I didn't like that. That made
I
me nauseous.
I see it as a complete possibility that a complete possibility that like next year or even later this year we see a lot more people on injury reports for teams with concussions
Yeah,
because they're going to be looking way more for it.
100%.
Okay,
And
so we're gonna get into AB
Bengals
stuff.
won that
I'm
game.
gonna let you predominantly talk about the AB stuff because you
All
know
right,
the most about it.
Bengals won that game. All right. Anyway, Antonio Brown. Before we go on to the rest of the week, Antonio Brown. Man, I'm gonna try to be as unbiased as possible talking about this because I have my opinions, and a lot of people do. I'm just gonna explain what's going on and you know what the deal is. So pretty much, AB went to Dubai for Floyd Mayweather's exhibition against Mikuro Asaki or something like that. I forgot his name. Asaku. Um, Mikuro Asakura, I think his name was. And he went to the exhibition and he's staying in a nice hotel in Dubai. Uh, and no context at all. I mean, really, the video ends up online of AB throwing his complete ass cheeks in a woman's face in the pool. Okay, I'm sorry for laughing at that, but that's just the way to describe it. He jumps up and throws his ass into a woman's face two consecutive times while people are egging him on, like saying, "Oh, that's a longboard. She waterboarded him," or something like that. And then the woman swims away, and AB then shows his penis and says, "You want it?"
Oh wow!
Now, another thing that
That's
doesn't
fucked.
for me that doesn't really again doesn't really concern me is that he was smoking weed. I mean, I'm not against that, but again, that's breaking the country's law because weed is completely illegal in Dubai, and so is indecent exposure.
Well, I would think.
This is a nude beach. This is a public hotel in Dubai. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just whipped his PP out and threw his cheeks in someone's face. And the woman ended up complaining to hotel staff to try and get him kicked out. I don't know if he got kicked out, but you know, AB is not AB is not a role model. AB is not, you know, nothing short of a clown in my eyes. But the shit that he's done overall ever since he left the Steelers or towards the end of his Steelers tenure is kind of, you know, petty. The fights with the Steelers, recording private meetings on Facebook Live and, threatening to punch Mike Mayock when he got to the Raiders, leaked conversations with them as well. The helmet controversy shit that shouldn't have mattered, like that shouldn't have gotten as deep as it did. Uh, him posting Tom Brady's wife and saying some shit about her or something like he said put that shit on of them kissing or whatever, some shit like that. Her and AB kissing each other. And uh publicly dissing Tom Brady on a song and and then the shit that happened mid game where he took off his uniform and fucking threw it into the crowd and started flaunting and walked off the field. Like that's kind of snaky in the as for what he should be doing. You know.
this is what I think. I think AB can't deal with not being in the spotlight, and that's why he does the antics he does. That's what I think.
I guess so.
I mean,
He still shouldn't do that though, because that's just fucked.
no, you shouldn't. That's 100%. I agree with that. I'm just saying that's why I believe he does what he does is because he can't handle not being in the spotlight.
Yep.
Because he thinks his career ended earlier than it was supposed to, which mostly is on him because he didn't want to go back to the Steelers. He went to the Raiders, get a bag, and then the
Gets
Raider
cut from the Raiders, doesn't get that bag.
gets cut from the Raiders and doesn't get the money. Goes to the Patriots.
Gets cut
Um,
after one game for sexual assault allegations with the
yeah,
strainer.
yeah, and then goes to Tampa. Right, that was the next place,
Yeah.
and then
I guess he called after like a year.
yeah, and then plays there. Does actually pretty well. Proves that he can still play, and then does the
Or
fucking
third string, I mean. Yeah, it's pretty well.
and then fucking does the like takes off the jersey thing. I don't understand it. I don't. And I am gonna say because I don't want to get off the podcast and for you to call me a hypocrite. I didn't know about the whole her swimming away and then him saying, "What? Don't you want it?" I didn't know about that.
Yeah, see, that's kind of fucked up. I don't understand why they did that. Much, but like he did that, and the part about him being publicly exposed in a pool, a public pool, with other people in it and other people egging him on, that just AB's a hoe for the people. If there's people that are showing him that, oh yeah, keep doing this, we like what you're doing, he's gonna keep doing it.
Well, I mean, yeah, we've all known AB with a hoe. I mean, he's always been that hella sexual attitude.
Yeah.
Like he used to talk to opposing teams' cheerleaders during games. That was a thing he was
Mhm.
known for doing.
Yeah, and the shit he did with Brady's wife and publicly dissing Brady after the man fucking literally let him stay in his house,
Saved his fucking job.
saved his job. Yep, got it
A,
for the entire reason he was in Tampa Bay.
AB was probably going balls deep in Giselle. What do you think?
Probably, he probably is now. 'Cause Tom Brady isn't.
Nah, but I think Giselle and him are working stuff out now. I don't know, but
Mm,
from what I heard, apparently she went back to their house. I'm not sure about that though.
well, Tom Brady's Sunday Night Football performance would say that they are working shit out.
Was he did good?
Yeah, 385 yards, 3 touchdowns.
But anyway. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna apologize to our viewers. My fucking eyes have been bothering me for like the first 10 minutes of this. I don't know if you've been able to tell, but
Yeah, I can.
fuck. But anyway, we can get into yeah, let's get into this past week in football and talk about okay. I want to take 5 minutes. Just give me not even I don't even need five. Give me two of them.
Okay.
Every Indianapolis Colts fan, I would love for you to leave a comment down below with just these abbreviations. Just these abbreviations. Derek over JT. Just leave that. Just
PH over JT.
yeah. DH over JT. Because that is the facts. Derek has went 100 back to back. Has had two back to back 100-yard games. Is a proving that he is still a G. He needed some time. This is what people didn't understand. The first two games were the first two snaps Derek had took since the game against the Bengals. Derek took no preseason snaps, took no active practice snaps, so he didn't get tackled the entire offseason at all. He didn't take any snaps during practice, like where
Mm,
no any scrimmage snaps where the defense is tackling the offense. He didn't take any of
Yeah.
those during the co stuff with the other teams. Derek didn't play with any of those. So that's what I think it took a long time for like Titans and other people in the NFL world to understand. Is that first game against the Giants was the first time Derek had got hit during since the Bengals game. So
Mhm.
it took him a minute to get adjusted to all of that. And I feel like the last week against the Raiders was his real first time being able to get it going. And then this game against the Colts, which was 2 days ago now, when this goes up, yeah. So that's and also I think Ty Downing being able to like calm down and call some more better plays, which he's called back to back weeks. I don't know what we're
Mhm.
doing. I don't know what we're doing in the second half. That's one thing I think we're gonna have to figure out is why we can't score in the second half. We've had 11 straight second half quarters where we haven't scored any points. So that's even going back to like last year's against the Bengals. So that's a problem. So I would hope we're able to figure that out. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that in back-to-back games against the Raiders and the Colts, we jumped to such early leads so early that we pulled off the gas and just focused on like making sure we got the clock down and won the game. So
Mhm.
that's where I think we went with it. But if every Colts fan could just, because I hated it, bro. All I had to hear all offseason about how good the Colts were. The Jags smacked you, and then we smacked you. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Hey, but did y'all smack them though?
It was 24-10 at half.
24-3 at half.
It
No,
was
it was 24-10.
it was
Y'all
24.
were up 24-3 though.
It was 24-10 at half, and then we won the game by 7. Right?
Y'all went up 24-3 though, if I remember correctly.
But yeah, 3 touchdowns. I'd call that a smack. We
Y'all
had
were smacking them.
we had 4 turnovers. B.
Y'all were smacking them.
I bet you your fucking fantasy defense went off.
Mm. Y'all only had 2 turnovers. Three
No.
turnovers, my bad. 3 turnovers.
Maybe I. Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
we didn't get one of them. We didn't get one of the fumbles.
it was like the one from Jonathan Taylor and Matt Ryan, and they
Hmm.
drew a pick as well.
Yeah, it was the Mario Edwards fumble that we didn't get. That would have been 4. The guy
Yeah,
that I
and
told
then
you. But yeah,
let's see,
we didn't get that one.
what
Now
was I gonna say something
you
about?
got you got anything you want to say about the Saints game of what's going on with them?
Yeah, so I can't even be mad they lost. That was exactly what I needed to see heading
Here,
towards
if you
the
don't mind,
future.
I'm gonna let you talk about that for a second, and I will be right back.
All right. Yeah. So for me, honestly, I think that a lot of I don't know if anybody who's a Saints fan watches this, but I feel like that was a really good step towards the future for this season, the future of the team in terms of receivers. Now, again, we still have 2 quarterbacks that aren't gonna be the future of this team, but the offense is finally moving. That before the fourth quarter, you know, the defense again they kind of lacked this game, but all in all, I'd say that is a really good game for us. Morlock's missed a 62-yard kick to end the game. I can't even be mad at him with that. A lot of people missed that kick that aren't named Justin Tucker, and he had the distance, just the aim was not right. And we lose about 30 to a team that's looking elite. So all in all, I think it's a really good game in the sense that Jarvis Landry did absolutely nothing. I mean, he was limited as well. He was only targeted twice. And you got Chris Olave, who is 100% running rookie of the year on the offensive side of the ball. Over here, leading the team in receiving yards once again. He's the eighth leading receiver in the NFL. currently above Devontae Adams, Cooper Cup, elite receivers like that. And it's I wouldn't say we're there yet exactly, but as soon as the offense, excuse me, as soon as the offense and the defense click and do good at the same time, we're looking at a few wins here coming up. I think Seattle should be a good dub for us, and maybe the Bengals, depending on how they're struggling, and if they can end their struggles. But all in all, we're going through a pretty good stretch right now, and shit should be good for us. So I am liking what I'm seeing from Andy Dalton, and I think you at least got to start Andy Dalton until Jameis is fully recovered, 3 or 4 weeks maybe, and there's a point in time where Jameis is going to be healthy again, and again, nobody knows what that's going to look like. If Andy Dalton goes out there and shoots the lights out, then it's almost certain you got to start him because you got to think Andy Dalton or Jameis Winston is not Drew Brees, and you can't deny Andy Dalton the starting spot if he does well while Jameis is gone. Will Jameis be gone anymore? I think he might miss another week because he's got 3 injuries he's dealing with, and I don't know how they're still letting him play. Um, you got to move on to the next week and hopefully get Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara back, which should be in the books for at least Kamara. We don't know much about Michael Thomas's injury besides like a toe injury, and there's no classification towards what it actually is. No turf toe, no broken toe. It's just an overall toe injury that kept him out for this game. But nonetheless, we got to move forward. And week 5 against the Seahawks at home in the Dome. And just got to go and rock out, move on, get some more dubs. Hopefully, bring it back to 500. Excuse me, my voice is leaving me. Hopefully, bring it back to 500. And yeah. And there's also some things about Dennis Allen that I'm not really liking. Dennis is just completely, how do I say this? Completely hiding from the injuries. I feel like he's not giving his 100% when it comes to disclosing what injuries look like. For example, Jameis has back injuries. Jameis has hip injuries, ankle injuries. You have no idea what those are until the media comes out and says he's got 4 vertebrae fractures. We still have no clue what's going on with the hip. Still have no clue what's going on with the ankle. Then you got Michael Thomas with this toe injury. I understand it's new, and you probably won't get nothing out of him. Nothing out of Dennis Allen for that injury, but eventually you're going to have to tell us what's going on. Alvin Kamara battling a rib injury seems a lot more serious than what they're putting it out to be. Again, he played last week, was really limited. He had like um I think like 6 snaps in total, something like that. And there was a lot of plays where he was on check downs that should have been thrown to him that weren't. And um, but no, he actually wasn't limited. Never mind. But his production was kind of cut a little bit in between him and Mark, which you know I think he battled that rib injury again last week as well. So that didn't help anything for us. But I think Dennis Allen is on a hot seat right now already for like not disciplining the guys if something bad happens. If you see something that's wrong, he's not the go getter. He's not the type of guy to go out there and get in the guy's face for it. and you gotta have that coach that has a disciplinary act. And Dennis Allen has not been that coach yet. Dennis Allen has been more of a friend to the guys rather than a coach, and something's got to change or else his job will. I don't know if he will get fired, but demoted seems more possible. Demoted to defensive coordinator. Maybe you make Doug Marrone the starting coach, or the Doug Marrone, the head coach who used to be the head coach of the Jaguars. I think in 2017, we took them to the AFC Championship. I think bring in another coach like Brian Flores, or maybe even Eric Bieniemy again. Try those two options. Um, and there's a lot of things that you could do in terms of coaching in the future. Again, no first round draft. I don't know why I keep saying again. A lot of people probably don't know this. No first round draft pick, and it's looking like the Eagles are going to have a pretty good draft pick because if the team does not turn around, the Eagles are looking good towards the future. But uh, nonetheless, I think that we can get some draft picks for Sean Payton because he's under contract through 2024, and he wants to come back to coaching to a situation that is good. So, then you could build your future around that. Sell Sean Payton to a team that wants him. Get your future picks. Boom, you get your first round pick back, and build to the future and find a new coach. Because again, Jarvis Landry's on a 1-year deal. He's not going to be here forever. Tyrann Mathieu's on a 3-year deal, but then again, he's getting really old. He's not going to be here forever. Cam Jordan getting old, not going to be here forever. Lamar Davis getting old, not going to be here forever. The team is very old, and in the future, it's going to come down to the youngins. So you gotta find the coach that's right for the youth, and find the coach that's right for the future. Dennis Allen is not that guy. I honestly tried to bypass the fact that he was 8-28 as a coach, by the fact that there was only one Pro Bowler throughout the 4 years that he played for the Raiders. The team was completely garbage, and I wanted to, bypass the fact. I wanted to put my belief in Sean Payton's mentorship over the actual skill of these guys. Uh, Pete Carmichael's play calling was a bit better. I don't know if it's 100% on the play calling or if it's because Jameis is starting to lose that discipline that he had with Coach Payton. But Jameis is starting to look like, I'm not going to say 2019 Jameis because he's not throwing 30 interceptions, but I'm saying he's starting to look like the guy who only throws unnecessary throws. Again, there's a lot of checkdowns that can get you yards, get you quick and easy yards that he didn't hit in week 2, week 3, um, against the Panthers and Bucks. There's a lot of shit that you could have done differently there. Jameis has got to work on that if he wants to keep a job. And Andy Dalton looked perfect to good. Andy Dalton looked solid to the max, where I think that he should start until you fully recover Jameis. So
Still Saints?
I'm done now. I was going on until you get back.
Alright, my bad. Alright, so Saints, Titans in the bed. Broncos choked another one.
Choked. Were they up?
Well, they choked a comeback.
Oh,
So
choking. You want to talk about the Seahawks and Lions game?
oh yeah, the fucking massive score because no team can find a defense.
Yep. TJ Hawkinson decided he wanted to, show
Me,
up.
me fucking an OG. The fact is, Detroit scored all those points with like 18 of their main guys going.
Mm-hmm. They scored all of them in the fourth quarter too. So they scored 22 of their 45 points in the fourth quarter.
That's crazy, bruh. That's what I find absolutely amazing about that ship is the fact that they did that. Like
And the crazy part is Detroit still has never lost a game by more than 7
What do you mean never lost a game by more than 7?
in the Dan Campbell area.
Oh, I thought,
Yep.
bro,
They
I
lost
thought.
by 3 to the Seahawks, lost by 4 to the Vikings, lost by 3 to the Eagles, beat the Commanders. So,
Well, that's just this year.
okay, last year, there was like 7 of their games were within a touchdown.
Well, yeah, I knew that. What do you think? Who do you think's like the head favorite in both the NFC and AFC right now? NFC's Eagles. Do you
Yeah,
still think?
NFC's got to be.
Do you still
I
think AFC
still,
is
I'm
Buffalo?
still solid on Buffalo and maybe the Chargers.
I think it's I think it's Kansas City.
To win the AFC?
Yes, I think they're gonna win the
I
Super
don't know.
Bowl too.
I don't know, man. As long as the coin toss doesn't coin toss doesn't happen in overtime,
Cause
I think Buffalo's got a chance.
like I told you, my pick is Chiefs Rams. That
The
was my.
Rams aren't coming back. I'm sorry to tell you.
Didn't the Rams like get blown out today or something?
Yeah, they lost by 15. They only scored 9 points. It's 24-9.
It's fucking. It's but one of the big things is because A Rob is not as good as people thought he was gonna be. Even me, like cause it's washed. Cause is the definition of what you would say washed is.
What are their stats looking like on the year?
He dropped a
He
wide
didn't
open
even
fucking
start.
touchdown against Javarius Ward.
I know, bro. Travis Ward's good, but A-Rob should be better. You know what I mean?
Uh, People were saying that, like, I think Stephen A. Smith said it, that they were gonna regret trading away RB. I mean, Robert, and because you got to think, like, where the Titans are operating. Not to bring this back to the Titans, but the Titans are operating Robert as their number one guy right now, especially with Traylon being hurt. Even when Traylon was there, Robert was acting like the number one guy. But
Yeah.
so imagine how good Robert would be with him not as the number one guy, like him as like the 2 or 3 option. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's clearly perfect. You could see like how good, and he was so important to that Super Bowl like run last year, like during the like time before he got hurt.
hmm
His importance to that team was massive.
Yeah, it gives him another target other than Cooper Cup.
Yeah, but when he got hurt, you saw the offense struggle until Odell started picking up.
Yeah, until they signed Odell, actually. They signed Odell the same week Robert Woods got hurt.
And I don't know what the fuck happened to Van Jefferson.
I don't know. I'm not certain, but think,
Is he hurt? I want to say he's
I
hurt.
think he's, I think he's hurt or on leave.
If he's either hurt or out of the league, because I don't know he's not on another team.
Bro, he's so good though. He's actually really good.
And
Van Jefferson,
a guy that's actually came up
injured reserve.
a guy that's came up very good for the Rams lately was a guy that was actually very bad last year for him. Is Ben
Skowronek or whatever.
Yeah, Ben Skoranek.
Yeah,
He's a guy that's come up
he's
very
a
big.
dog. It's because he's white.
Bro, people got this thing saying Matthew Stafford's racist.
He's got to be. He's got to be after what Robertson did today. He's got to be.
What are you talking about?
Fucking dropping a 50-50 end zone ball.
Yeah, bro, you can't do that though. Like that's like you can't do that as a receiver. Like if you have the ball in your hands 50-50 in the end zone and you're supposed to be a big name receiver, like you got to catch that cuz
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not wrong, he's still getting paid like a big time receiver too.
Yep. I think it's like 2 years, 2 or 3 years, 58 million, something like that.
That's
3 years.
crazy.
years, 58 million. I think that was what it is.
By the way, V, what do you think? Do you think this makes the background look better than just seeing my
Yeah,
actual background? That's what I thought too. Thought it fit my hoodie too. But anyway, that's like my main thing.
yeah. The Rams are not looking good.
They really aren't. You're right. Could not be more right. Could not be more
And
right,
again,
cuz.
none of our preseason predictions are doing really well. So
No. Besides the Chiefs are doing alright.
yeah,
They lost to the Colts though. But
yeah. But anybody can lose at any moment.
yeah. I just don't know how I feel about Jacksonville yet. I don't know.
Yeah, Jacksonville's that mix of
I
are
don't know.
they here? Are they not?
I don't know how good they are yet. Because can you, by any chance, can you name me the teams they played? They played the Eagles, had a 14-point lead, and blew it.
Yeah. So they played the Commanders. They lost.
They
Played the
lost the.
Colts and shut them out.
Okay.
And they played the Chargers and blew them out 38-10.
So they played the Raiders, right? Is that what you said?
No, Chargers.
Chargers beat the Chargers.
Yep, 38-10. They played the Commanders in week one. 28-22, they lost. They played the
Okay.
Jaguars and they shut them out 24-0. And they played the Eagles this week and lost 29-21.
Okay. So, like, there's not a. The Chargers are a good team, and then beating the Chargers, like,
But here's the thing about that. Fucking Justin Herbert had like cracked ribs or broken ribs or whatever. No JC
mm-hmm,
Jackson and Allen. Still shouldn't lose by that much, but you know,
you definitely shouldn't,
really,
as Pearl makes an
I think
appearance.
Josh Palmer.
As my cat Pearl makes an appearance.
Heard that.
I
Heard
know.
that. She barked at me.
But anyway, I might have to see more of the season to see how good the Jags are.
Yeah.
Like, if I was to see it today, I still think it's still being early in the season that Tennessee or Indianapolis is going to win the division. Because like Indianapolis could win a lot more games if they could fix the turnover problem.
Is there a winless team? Is there an 0-4 team? No.
No,
There's
because
an 0-3-1 team, and that's the Texans. So they're winless. So not 0-4.
but yeah, like the whole thing with me is I can't. I have to see the Jags play like I have to see how the Jags are going to play in Division Two.
Yep, they play the Texans this upcoming week. This is where we kind of see the scale in between like how good they are and if they're just being fraudulent right now. For
Because
me,
that's
the Eagles are the best team in the league, and I will stand by that. As much as I don't want to say that, I don't like the Eagles, but I don't hate them. I don't like them, but as much as I want to hate on the NFC East in general, the Eagles are the best team in the league right now.
I don't know if they're going to win that division though, because Dallas is still winning. They're
Dallas
still,
is 2-2.
but didn't they win two straight?
Oh no, they're 3-1. Yeah, never mind. 3-1. The NFC East is really the best division in football right now.
And then, yeah, and then you've also got the Giants,
That's crazy. That is absolutely insane.
and the Giants are 3-1, right?
Yep, they're going against the Packers. We'll see how good they really are. Packers are 8-point favorites. If y'all have some betting people out there, I'd take the Giants in that one.
I'd like to see what the thing looks like for the Titans versus the Commanders next week. I'd like to see what the
Yep.
spread looks like in that.
Currently Tennessee 2.5.
2.5 is the odd that we're getting.
Yep.
That's
Currently,
that's fucking insane, dude.
according to Caesar Sportsbook, y'all are a 2.5 point favorite.
That's is that not insane to you, or is like that? what it should be? Do you think?
Get this, get this. Buffalo is a 14-point favorite over the Steelers.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like that's crazy to me, right?
I don't know. The Commanders are at home, so I mean they take that into account too.
I know. I,
Green Bay's an 8-point favorite. Jesus.
I was just talking about how like I think you can clearly see. I don't think you can look at the Titans and Commanders and say the Commanders are a better team right now. We've won two.
Titans.
We've won two straight. I don't. I just don't see that. But
What makes you say the Commanders are better? The Titans are a favorite.
no, like that's too close in my opinion. I think it should be like more like 4 or something. Like, cause that's saying less than a field goal.
Most NFL games come down to less than a field goal or a field goal.
Yeah, it's just the fact Washington's got some injuries too. Terry hasn't played good this year. Josh Dotson's out. Carson Wentz, it really hasn't played well either. It's just like little stuff
I
like
would
that.
say Carson Wentz has played the worst. He's actually not doing that bad.
What does his turnover rate look like? Look at like fumbles and everything.
Uh, he has no fumbles. He has 5 picks.
So how many touchdowns?
Uh, 8.
Okay, so he's 8 for 5. That's got to be like somewhere high in the league, right? Or is that just me?
20th most interceptions.
Damn, who's thrown the most interceptions? Because I thought 5 would be a lot.
I think there's 4 people tied at 5. But let me see. Matt Ryan at 5. Carson Wentz at 5. Jameis at 5. Matt Jones at 5. Matthew Stafford at 5. Yeah, 5 people at 5. Joe Burrow's sitting at 4. So yeah, there's 5 people at 5. They're all tied for the most. Joe Burrow has 4. Joe Burrow has 4. Kirk Cousins has 4. Derek Carr has 4. I thought Derek Carr would be a lot better than what he was. Than what he
He
was
has
this year.
he's not played great.
Yeah, and it seems like he plays great with no names.
Like he has really not played great.
Yep.
Like he stacked, and this is not like to say this, but he stacked a lot of stats against Tennessee. Like with Matt Collins,
Oh yeah.
like that
I
was
mean,
a
that's
lot.
what you do. Exploit a defense. That's a good thing from him, but man has not played up to the expectation. I thought he was going to be a fucking soft MVP candidate, but no.
I
He's
mean,
always been the guy to put up the fucking most yards a game.
I don't know. I just the NFL looks weird this year. Like with the Eagles being
The NFL just don't seem like the NFL this year.
well. To be fair, if I'm not wrong, um, where was I about to go with this? Like the Eagles really went out and tried to pay to get like really good players,
Yeah.
which is what you do. That's what you do. But just bringing up the point that they went out and really tried to get some good players, traded for good players, went all in on winning right now, which I don't know if it is the best decision that they could have went with, but that's what they went with.
And their coaches about it too.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if I'm being real with you. If Teddy can do what he did for the Saints, I think the Dolphins are in good hands for a couple of weeks.
I don't even know. I don't know how long Tua is going to be out. That's the thing with me.
He's already been ruled out for week 5, so that's the Jets. That's the Jets game. I think the Jets are.
And not to like garbage on the Broncos, but I think a lot of people are disappointed with how Denver's performed this year so far.
Yeah, I think a lot of Denver fans are pissed off. I mean, they look to the Raiders game as a bit of like a sign of relief for the offense. And again, that was a loss, so you can't really say much about it. But I think they're like, okay, I think Russ has finally got his shit together, and I think they're looking towards Thursday Night Football this week with the Colts, which that would be a good get back game for them.
Could also be a good game for the Colts to get back on track.
Yeah, 2-1,
Yeah.
or Denver 3-2. We'll see.
So Denver's 2-2
Oh
right
yeah,
now, right?
I saw a nice little what's it called graphic during this week's Thursday Night Football game
Mm-hmm.
for Dolphins and Bengals. It showed Jonathan Taylor versus Russell Wilson, which is 28 versus 3. Pretty cool.
You've always got to just find a way to garbage the Falcons, don't you?
Yep, any chance I get.
This is why fans can't have nothing. Cause y'all won't let
Saints
shit.
fans can't
Y'all
have
won't.
nothing.
Y'all won't let shit go, bruh.
Hey, bro, it's not just us. It's anybody, any fan.
Bro, no Ram fan comes up to me and said, "Yo, bro, you fell 1 yard short." Like,
Yeah, because that was like fucking 25 years ago. That's not even that legendary of a moment.
what?
It's
What do you,
not, bro. Ask anyone, dude. If you fucking asked a fan, if you asked a fan of neither of those two teams, people would be like, "What are you talking about?" Until you reminded them.
bro? 1 yard short is a massive moment.
It is, but it's not. It's not remembered like that. Nobody will just up and say that. It's not the big. It's not the
No,
biggest
it's
Super
not the
Bowl collapse
biggest.
in history.
No, it's not. No, that's not what I'm saying. But it's a massive moment.
Yeah, I know it is. It's a massive moment, but it's not the biggest Super Bowl collapse in history, though. People won't bring that up. Eventually, eventually, people are gonna die down on the Falcons thing, but that happened only like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I get it. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, and the Falcons are still blowing leads. They've blown 5 leads in the past 2 years.
It's the fact that they keep doing it that makes people. Um.
It's not like the Titans are coming up 1 yard short every game. You know what I mean? They ain't done it since then.
Now I did see a lot of people talk about the Titans 1 yard short when we did it against the Steelers for that first down. People were making jokes about it, but I guess that's because it got brought up.
I can't take this whole double doink shit. People are starting to say,
Oh, did
no, bruh. The original double doink is double doink off the fucking uprights, not the fucking left upright in the crossbar. Come on now,
that's what the
we're
double
not the
doink
same.
was?
Now the double doink was fucking both of the uprights.
Are you sure?
I'll look real quick.
It might
You
have
gotta be
been.
respectful, Cody Parkey.
Yeah, that's really all you gotta do is just type in Cody Parkey. Cody Parkey.
What the fucking kick, damn it! All right, here we go. Just
Eh,
kick it.
what happened?
Kick. Oh, never mind. It was. It was. Never mind. Hey, but that was from fucking like 20 yards though. Try 62 yards. You probably wouldn't even got the distance on that.
No, I get it.
I don't know. It just pisses me off that they're comparing that to double doink. Fucking Cody Parkey. Yeah, I get it. It hit the field goal post twice, but that's nowhere near the same. I'm sorry. But let's see. What else can we talk about real quick?
Uh,
Any other notable games this week?
well, what's some notable stuff we could
Oh
talk
yeah,
about?
Ravens and Bills. I like how no one's complete. I like how no one's brought up the fact that the Ravens blew a 17-point lead. Yeah, they had a 17-point lead. No one said anything about that. And Lamar was absolutely horrible. Yeah, I'm not gonna rag on him because he's gonna come back next week and fucking drop 4 touchdowns on my head.
Who? I
But
forgot what. Oh,
Lamar.
Lamar. Oh,
Does he even have a game next week? Yeah, he does. Okay.
wait, is next week? No, next week's not our bye week, is it?
Titans bye week is in week 6, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking.
Titans bye week is in week 6.
Okay, I was just making sure. I
I thought it
didn't.
was in week 14. Okay.
The problem is we're already having injury issues as it is, like sort of. And with us having such an
Yeah.
early bye week, we're gonna get fucked by that. I feel like at some point.
Yeah.
I
I
bet
mean,
you it's. Bet you at some point
I'd
we're
rather
gonna.
have a bye week in like week 10. That'd be nice.
That'd be a perfect bye week.
Mm-hmm.
Dead ass.
Get a nice little relaxing week with your family. Back to practice the week after. You just grind out the rest of the season.
Yeah. I think that they should give I think that they should give players a week off before the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think they should go immediately straight to the playoffs. I
I've
like how they do it with the Pro Bowl though. I like how they the Super Bowl. They give you 2 weeks in between the Super Bowl, in between the conference championship and the Super Bowl. But besides that, um,
weren't we gonna we were gonna do something. What was it? Fuck. There was something. I forgot. Don't worry about it. If you're ready to
I don't
close it
know.
out, if you're ready to close it out, we can.
I saw this thing on TikTok of like players of the week and basically people who won like the awards of the week. I don't know how Bill Belichick won Coach of the Week. He lost. And another thing that kind of struck me really weird: Bailey Zappi threw the first touchdown pass from a rookie this year. Yeah, that's weird. And also, one last thing: big shouts out to fucking Damian Pierce for being an absolute G. Man's dropped 130 yards in the Chargers. Of a horrendous run defense, but it's 130 yards for a rookie. I mean, that's just nuts.
So, oh yeah, we're talking about Damian Pierce. I thought he was gonna be good. That's the back out of Florida, right? Or am I crazy?
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be pretty good. I know he was a fourth round guy though.
Yeah, but the Texans' other back is Rex Burkhead. You have to either go with a white running back or Damian Pierce. Pick your poison.
Pick your poison.
Damon got every single carry that week. Davis Mills, man. I really thought Davis Mills was going to be good because he's from Stanford. Pro style offense. I'm not really sure where I'm at with Davis Mills yet.
Davis Mills, the quarterback for the Texans. I mean, he played good his rookie year. I don't.
For being
They.
a third round pick coming in the middle of the
That's
year.
what I. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, for being like a guy that wasn't given the idea to start, like he wasn't gonna start early.
I have a feeling we're gonna see Desmond Ritter pretty soon.
Oh, what for the Falcons? I mean, yeah, for the Falcons.
Yeah,
You think so?
I don't think Mariota's that guy.
I don't. I don't know, bruh. He. I wish Marcus was still able to be good. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I like Marcus too, but I don't think Marcus is that guy for them right now. I think that Desmond showed so much in the preseason that you can't not start him eventually. Because Marcus is not utilizing Kyle Pitts. He's not utilizing Trey
Well,
Sermon for the Bears.
to be fair, I'm just gonna say to be fair, Matt Ryan didn't use him.